Welcome to Küstrin, day 1, part of a series. This is going to be a mini campaign essentially. So here's the map, heads up map. I'm playing as the Red Army at the bottom there, and I'm attacking Küstrin, and I've got essentially 4 battle groups, 2 that are going to be going up the centre of the town and 2 on either flank on the right and left. And as you can see, quite a formidable Russian force. A lot of heavy tanks, artillery, very huge complement of infantry, Katyusha rocket trucks, T-34s, IS-2s, the odd KV-1 and KV-2, many tank destroyers, and I've even got some IS-3s thrown in, which I know isn't historically accurate, but I like using them. Now the German force in this town is vast and formidable, and instead of trying to announce their numbers at this stage, I'm just going to sort of mention the assets as they appear on the map. So, as I say, I'm controlling the Red Army. Now this is made using Men of War Condemned Heroes, which is the latest Men of War game. I was a little reluctant to pick that up at first, but I got it in the Steam sale. It's very good for editing purposes. You have to copy the Vietnam.exe editor file into your Condemned Heroes folder, and it works pretty well. Condemned Heroes is a slight, just a slight update as far as I'm concerned, but the AI seems to be ever so slightly improved. So here we go, some action's kicking off already. I need to engage the German troops in this forward position. I'm already taking enemy artillery fire. So already I've encountered very stiff resistance, and I've only just crept up the road. T-34 here trying to engage the Germans, but there's a huge, by the looks of it, huge complement of German infantry reinforcing the position, running out of various buildings. So I'm pulling back slightly. Huge artillery strike. Red Army have responded with a salvo quite near my troops. A bit messy, but they're responding to the German attack. The Germans are responding with their own artillery barrage. So already I'm feeling quite pressured here to gain a bit of a foothold. Very stiff German resistance. I'm not too sure what the vehicle type is, but as you can see up the road there's some sort of German fixed cannon, and it's a very formidable weapon. It's firing some powerful artillery rounds down at me. So I'm going to make my first objective here. My main aim is to capture this building at the centre of the map. As you can see where there's some German troops hold up. I need to try and take that. Nice direct hit there on the building. And there you get a shot of the German cannon causing a lot of problems. It's just destroyed my T-34. But by the sounds of it, there's a German tank moving up. Further infantry advancing, reinforcing the position. Russian artillery barrage. Probably the best way to take that building, level it. There's various fires, but the Germans are still firing back. So the Russians aren't messing around with this, they're going in heavy. This, by the way, is based on an actual battle that occurred during World War II. If you're interested, just Google Küstrin and read up. It's a very interesting bit of World War II history that's not that well known. Very fierce battle that was fought east of the Oder River. and this town, well, like I say, really was the gateway to Berlin. It's a fascinating tale. So I'm moving up on the central flank here, centre of the town. I'm going to roll in this T-34. Already though I'm seeing some very formidable resistance. Stug's rolled forward and looks like a couple of squads of German Wehrmacht. So that right flank looks extremely well defended, so I'm just going to try and focus a little bit now on the centre of the town. Maybe return to the right flank later, because that looked pretty formidable. So Küstrin, this is essentially a fortress town, or Festung, and I don't want to go into too much historic detail, but the battle that was fought here in 1945 was an extremely bloody battle, and the Germans really were left dead. Hitler didn't reinforce them, but they gallantly defended the town for an extremely long period. So the Russian artillery here is really helping out, and as you can see, salvos of barrages here coming in, taking out German infantry, and the Russian tanks are creeping forward just behind the artillery strikes. That T-34 got too close, I rolled him forward too early on, and he was met with some pretty stiff resistance there. German Panther, along with the Stug. So that was kind of a first wave, and that was pretty poor attempt by me. I well, didn't really have much of a chance, but it was a failed assault. Certainly I really didn't make much of a dent in the defences, and that was a failed attack. Very nicely aimed artillery shot there, took out a lot of German infantry, who were responsible for that T-34 being destroyed. Well, I'm aware that there's a Panther and a Stug. And as you can see, I'm trying to do this with as few units as possible at this stage, because this is a huge campaign, and I know that this battle is going to take a long time to wage. So I can't just roll in my big guns at this stage, because there's a lot to come and a lot of defences to breach. And this is like the initial barrier really, and I haven't even breached that yet. I'm going to focus back on this right flank for now, see if I can take out this German cannon up the street. And my artillery's doing a good job there at keeping the central area kind of hemmed in. So it looks like a second German Stug moved in on the right flank, reinforcing the position. I'm going to try and engage that. Oh, damn. So that T-34 is disabled. Another destroyed T-34. That was a shame. I'm going to try and bail the crew. I haven't got much time. That T-34 is now a wreck. I need to roll forward another one really. This is looking very messy at the moment. It's not going well at all. That was outright destroyed, that T-34, direct hit. Let's see if I can engage this Stug with my second T-34. Still a massive presence of German infantry on either side of this street. They're not giving up the position. I think there's even still a few in that house that was barraged. cannon wrecked. But I don't think that was the main gun though. Shells bouncing off that German vehicle up the road. I don't know what that is. I'm sure viewers do. I get a little confused sometimes with some of these German units, more obscure ones. It's a pretty formidable vehicle. Some sort of self-propelled mobile artillery cannon. There's a German troop here still holding position. I'm going to try and sneak up on him. Dealt with, but he got sniped by the looks of it, just as he killed the German troop. I'm going to try and roll forward again, still taking shots, taking hits on that artillery cannon. And the great thing about Condemned Heroes, by the way, if you're tempted to get it for editing, is you can actually save your progress in edited battles in the mission editor. So that's why I can now create campaigns and resume battles. So it looks like a Panther tank's just crept up on the right flank. Looks like the one that came from the middle. It's a big threat. It's pretty cocky. He's moving right up to my front line. Wow, so Russian artillery saves the day there. Utterly obliterates that Panther. A overly confident tank crew gone into the range of the the Russian big guns. Paid the price. Now look at that for a battlefield. Charred remains of corpses, upturned tanks, craters, debris. That's what we like. Oh, god damn it, so it looks like another C-54 just got destroyed. I don't even know what killed that one. I think maybe an artillery strike, or perhaps a German troop with a Panzerfaust. This battle's still waging intensely. And I literally haven't gained any ground whatsoever here. I'm still struggling to even enter into the outskirts at this stage. And that's all this is, by the way. These are just the outskirts of the town. This is not even the fortress. So, the artillery I'm kind of reliant on now is just take these buildings out block by block, which is pretty much what happens in the real battle. Now I need to roll these cannons forward slightly. And these are very, very powerful cannons. They vary, but I think the most powerful one I've got on the field at the moment is 150mm, 155 perhaps. So huge, huge guns. So frustratingly, I haven't captured the right flank. My aim for day one was to take the right flank, but I don't plan these battles. And what's great about having the ability to now edit and save my missions is I can end it and not know what the outcome will be in part 2, because I haven't played part 2 yet. So you get the experience as I do essentially. So I'm trying to breach here. I'm trying to sneak through this little crevice in the buildings. See, as you can tell, there's already stiff resistance, German troops in every building, still holding this area. Extremely committed defence. So there's a big pocket of them there. Should be able to get that with a nice tank shot. There we go. That's what they get for grouping up, bunching together. Ah, instantly ran into some anti-tank German shot crews there, defending that apartment block. Just yet another layer of defence I haven't even seen yet. And there's German troops in every window. So something of an opening, perhaps. That little crevice in the to the left of the roadside there on the right flank. Now I'm going to start looking at the extreme right flank now. As you can see, I've got troops ready to try and envelop, do a hook. I'm going to just use the infantry here. Some sort of town square up ahead. I'm going to try and gain a foothold here. Some lone German troop. In fact, that was a civilian, interestingly. These Russian troops aren't messing around. Civilians all over this town, by the way. Apparently the Red Army aren't interested in liberating them. Oh, King Tiger, iconic sight there, just creeping through that little gap between those buildings. Nice position for an ambush. That's worrying. So, the Germans are even extending their defence out to the extreme flanks of the map with King Tigers. Well, day one was a bit of a failure. A botched assault by the Red Army. I lost a lot of units and I was just throwing them into German guns, and it was like a meat grinder. Stay tuned for day two, which hopefully will go a little better. My aim for day two will be to start opening up the extreme left flank, which we've not even seen yet in this video. I've got a battle group ready to move in on the left, as you can see by the map. So, hope you enjoyed it.